Alyssa Milano, I don't know if she's, right? Who's the boss, right? And so here's what she has to say about voting for Joe Biden.
And still, there are many progressives, or some progressives, who say this is not enough. Is that a mistake? Are they not focused on the overall mission for all Democrats, which is to defeat Donald Trump? Earlier today, Michael Steele said Democrats have a choice. You want to be woke or you want to win?
So the idea is if you vote for a guy like Bernie Sanders or Tulsi Gabbard who represent positions that are favored by the majority of Americans, that somehow you're going to lose an election. That's the theory right there. You can't give people what they want or asking for or what's popular. You have to vote. So watch what she says.
You agree with him?
I think it's a great point. I think, look, there's nobody in the world that wants progressive policy to be set in place more than I do. But this
Okay, I bet there's a few more people who are more hungry for progressive policies than someone who's been a millionaire for 30 years.
Okay.
You know who would like progressive policies more than you, Alyssa? I don't know, maybe 1/5 of Americans who can't afford their diabetes medicine. Maybe those people. Maybe the 5.1 million Americans who got kicked out of their fucking houses. Maybe they would like it. Maybe the teachers in Wisconsin who lost their union. Maybe they want progressive policies more than anybody. Maybe it's the people under mountains of student loan debt and they don't have a fucking life now. Maybe it's the people who go bankrupt every goddamn year because they can't afford fucking health care. There's a lot of people who want progressive policies more than a millionaire. And I'm not saying Alyssa Milano is a bad person. I'm sure she's a great person and her heart is in the right place, but she doesn't understand that she lives in a bubble and she doesn't have any real problems. And her focus of her life is to get rid of Donald Trump because he makes her feel icky inside. Donald Trump is president or someone or Joe Biden, it doesn't make a difference. She's still gonna get health care, she's still gonna have a nice house, she's still gonna have a nice life, and she's gonna cheat to get her kids into fucking Harvard. So here's what she goes on, and the reason I say this about her is because what she says next.
primary to me is not about policy, it's about beating Trump.
That's why we have Trump.
We have Trump because of...
Period. That's it. End of story. We need to nominate someone that is going to beat Trump. And bring honesty and integrity and dignity and truth back to the United States of America. And
You know the kind of integrity it took to vote for the Iraq War. You know, that kind of integrity. The kind of integrity it took to kick Graham out of his house. That kind of integrity. The kind of integrity it took to not prosecute torturers, but to recommend prosecution for Julian Assange. That kind of integrity, that's the kind of integrity you're for? This idea that Joe Biden has integrity because he doesn't tweet like a jagoff is bullshit. Joe Biden is the fucking problem. Joe Biden's the reason we got Donald Trump. He's the reason I have a fucking show is because of neoliberal cocksuckers like Joe fucking Biden. It gets worse. Watch this.
compassion, all these things that I want to teach my children growing up in this great country. We need someone that's going to represent that to the best of their ability and fight Trump. And you know, it's not about who's going to make the best president.
What the fuck are you talking about? Hey, somebody's going to make a shittier president. Let's vote for him.
You know, I never knew what Trump derangement syndrome really was until I saw this.
This is Trump derangement.
This is it.
This is exactly it. Here we go.
Who's going to beat this man, this horrible, horrible president?